validation. That will cover, I think, 90 minutes of free parking. So it's a really good deal. So you might have to pay a little, but not a whole lot. I want to say a huge thank you to Nashville Public Library and Liz Atack. They are hosting us this evening, but they also let us use the Children's Puppet Theater for part of the production, which was really fun. And Liz is also on our board of directors, and she is over the Bringing Books to Life program here at the library. Wonderful program for early literacy, and we're thrilled that she is also on our board. Another board member who is here tonight is Mara Harris, and thanks Mara for being here, and just all of you. A bunch of people that Meredith works with are here, family, friends, program staff is here. So mix and mingle when you're ready to. Are there any other housekeeping things? Any questions for this part? Otherwise, we're going to get started. Okay. We need to make sure this is working. I feel like we're in the presence of celebrities. Because Nadia Grace is here too. And so many of you that were part of this journey, thank you all for making it come today. I mean, it's such a great sentiment. I think it's very appropriate. So, Miss McKinney, come up here. And if you all have any questions for Meredith, please feel free to ask them. Nothing too personal. But, you know, and then we've got some questions for you all as well.
Okay, first of all, let me just say thank you all so much for coming. I know most of you all, but some of you all I've never seen a day in my life, and that's great. So thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. I have to give a special shout out to my family. They have been remarkable. I remember calling them, hey, I have to shoot today. Can y'all pick up the boys? Hey, can you bring them home? Hey, can you all watch them for me? They were just remarkable, and I could not have done it without their support. So thank you all so much. My co-workers in the back, thank you all so much. So I work for Community Chiefs, Metro Nashville Public Schools, and I have my wonderful director and also my coordinator here and also a co-worker here tonight. So I'm super excited. Thank you all so much for coming. We'll open it up, friends. Oh, Nadia Grace. Okay, Nadia, can you come here, please? I would like for you all to understand the relationship between myself and Nadia and Bookham, and why Nadia was on the screen. So, Nadia, would you like to share a little bit about how you got connected to the Black Book Project?
My mom mentioned to me that she was like, oh, there's this really good project going on that I saw on Instagram this morning, and she was like, let me know if you would like want to donate some books and stuff from your collection, because I know you're trying to give some away. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll put them out in the front. And then I was thinking about it, and I was kind of like, you know, that's really cool. I wonder if I could help in any way, in any other way than donating. So I asked, I was like, hey, can you contact her for me, because I didn't have anything to contact her. My mom's phone is my phone too. So she emailed her for me, and we were like, hey, how can we help? And then she would emailed her back. I don't know what she said. All my mom said was yeah, you can help out doing social media posts, or you can meet, we are gonna go on a Zoom call and we're gonna talk to her. Zoom was my room. I love Zoom. I have all my virtual sleepovers over. So I talked to Miss Meredith. She was super duper nice. And then I kind of after we talked about it and stuff, and the shirt that she's wearing. We designed it, and we designed the shirt, and I started posting on my mom's social media about a bunch of things, and like I showed a bunch of my books, like The President of the Fifth Grade. It's a really, really great book. We just started I just started doing that on social media. So I'd be like, hey mommy, can you give me your phone? I need to make social media posts. And then I would also sometimes steal her laptop too. I would just take it in my room, have it posted, and just do a quick post about things. And it was just a really fun experience, and I just loved helping out with it. And I just was like, I love the Black Book Project. It's I just love it.
And she's being very modest. She was great. Her and her mom were an absolute joy to work with. And Nadia, last year, we collected 1,386 books, and about 400 of those Nadia collected. So that was huge. So her partnership and her collaboration with this project has been absolutely amazing, and her mom is amazing as well. So Edwina, you are a dream, and so I appreciate you all so much, and I look forward to continuing to work with you all. Thanks, Nadia. Thank you. Okay. Does anyone have any questions for me? Yes, Yolanda, Dr. Yolanda Jack.
How many books have you collected this year? What's your current goal?
So this year, the actual drive does not really start until about December, end of November, early December. But last year the goal was 2,000 and we got 2,400. And so for next year, I want to do 5, but I'm a go-getter, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But right now I'm thinking 4,000 is the goal. I said I'll at least double it and see if we can get that. So 4,000 to 5,000, don't have a concrete number yet, but that will be the goal. It's either 4 or 5 for next year. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Other than donations, what do you want from the community?
So other than donations, just advocacy, just spreading the word, awareness, advocating for the project, and also taking it back. I've had so many people that have reached out, just friends, and said, hey, hey, my company or my organization or my employer would love to learn about this project and how we can help as a company. I had about 3 or 4 of those last year reach out and wanted to help. I think of J.E. Dunn Construction. Construction. You want to help with the Black Book Project? Great. And so they did. And they, gave monetary donations and also tangible books. And so excited about those partnerships. I want those to continue to flourish. And so please spread the word, push it out there, and try to see if we can get the community, the greater community. There's still, we've gotten some reach, but still there's a lot more. So just making them aware that this is happening.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
How do you bridge that access gap? What is your process for actually getting those books in the hands of readers?
Oh, okay. So it is processing. And so the books come in, but they come in directly to Bookham. Bookham at that point will sort books, label them, and store them. There are some schools that have gotten school-wide distributions, but a lot of them, Bookham is directly connected to and tied to lots of different nonprofits, organizations, businesses, organizations that specifically serve children in some capacity. So they call in, request books from Bookham directly, and Bookham is able, they'll come and pick it up, pick up the donation from Bookham directly and take them to their organization or their event. So it's just varied things of that nature. And Melissa, is that pretty much accurate?
Yeah, we have about 180 different partners in the community, nonprofits, government agencies, schools, churches. Just pretty much anybody
Everybody
that serves lower income families in Davidson County can request books from us. So if y'all know of groups that need books, let us know. But we never have enough books that showcase diversity. And that's something that is really important. And why this project is so near and dear to all of our hearts, because we know the need exists and we alone cannot fill it. And so that's one of the things that, we're just so thankful for Meredith and all of you that got involved to make it happen, and we want to continue to do more.
We definitely want to continue to do more, and I have, this has been a humbling experience for me to actually see that, you know, at first, when I first thought of it, my husband actually thought of it. People think it's just me that came up with this idea, but really it's my husband. He really was the one. My husband really was the one who put it out there for me. I told him what was happening, and I told him what I observed, and he said, "What are you gonna do about it?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Why don't you just ask?" And I'm like, "People are not gonna give me books. Like, why would people just give me books?" And he said, "Meredith, just ask some friends and family for some books." And I asked, and they just started coming in, and I thought, oh wow, okay. And so I really have to give kudos to him. I just kind of let it, but it really was his idea to pursue something like this, because I do know that, you know, it has been an issue for a while, and I've been affiliated with Bookham for a while, and they're an amazing organization. But the highest demographic of children they serve are African American children, and just none of the books just look like those children. And so that was my driving force behind all of it. What I was going to do about it, I don't know. But I did know at the time that was a concern of mine. So moving forward, I hope to continue this project, and I hope to continue to advocate for our children, and also be able to spread awareness. That's the biggest part. It's really making sure people are aware and knowing how they can help. Melissa, I didn't tell you, but yesterday I came home and I drove up to my house, and I had 6 boxes at my front door, and I was like, I didn't order this much stuff from Amazon. I didn't know stuff was coming from. And so I looked at my husband, I said, "Baby, did you order all these boxes from Amazon?" And he was like, "No." I opened up the boxes, and there were 22 books from just, I don't even know who. They don't have a name, they didn't have it, they just showed up, and I'm like, wow. So I think this is really, people are really beginning to understand the importance and how important it is for children to be able to see themselves. They feel empowered, and it makes reading relatable. And we all know that, you know, historically there has been some, you know, deficit when it comes to reading scores, and for African American children particularly as a whole. And me being in the education field, that's something that I'm very passionate about. So I'm really trying to address some of those issues, and so really trying to combat that as I can. And if it's something that kids will love, if they're fighting over LeBron James books, I'll get the whole class of LeBron James books, as long as they will read it. That's the goal, is really trying to promote and encourage that literacy piece.
Amen.
Yes.
Okay, so I got a couple questions. What resources does the Black Book Project need right now, as you have, like last year, I know it was just like blowing through the water, like the corporate sponsorships came in, people reached out from out of state wanting to build it there. How can this community here further wrap their arms around the Black Book Project, and if they have resources to share? So are you looking for an attorney? What tangible things do you need to ensure the Black Book Project has sustainability?
So I have an attorney, and so I am developing, full transparency, a board of directors, so to speak, or stakeholder voice, as we like to say at work, stakeholder voice, and just to really get some ideas and some feedback and thought based on their level of expertise. So I do have an attorney that I consult with pretty regularly. I'm just going to tell you all. So I got 2 calls, well, 1 email, 1 call, the day after the episode aired. A lady from Atlanta and a lady from St. Louis, saying, "Hey, how can we collaborate? How can we partner? How can I bring this project here?" This is something that we're in Atlanta, a metropolitan area, big city. I've lived here for almost a decade. I've never heard of any initiative that is specifically designed for this purpose. I want in. What does that look like? And so we had that conversation, and we were talking back and forth, and you know, that's just something that we're talking about. So in St. Louis as well. So I think for right now, the biggest thing would just be just the support as a whole, just spreading the word, like really talking with people about the project and making it aware to people so that they are totally familiar with how to give, how to donate, what those monetary donations could look like. Bookham does a great job of keeping up with monetary donations, so if they don't want to give actual tangible books. They can also make monetary donations. So really just that awareness piece is the most important thing right now. I feel like it's a pretty good base, a pretty good foundation, but just I feel like the more people that know about it, the more people that will be willing to help.
Can I have a second?
Yes.
So Meredith is my sister, y'all. We also need somebody that creates websites.
Yes.
We need
Yes.
we need
Yes.
actual donations that actually go to her expanding the services. So actual funds that are, yes, to collect books, but also to teach the operation of the Black Book Project, right? So we need donors that are willing to invest in the full operations of the Black Book Project. Yes, she has an attorney, but also, things come with fees. So again, I say donations to the Black Book Project, which Meredith will share how they could donate today by the end. And also, when she talks about awareness, we're also talking about hashtag American Anthems. Meredith's show, when I did the research, it has picked up some of the most feedback for their national syndication. So tagging American Anthems, tagging the Black Book Project, every time you do that, it brings a level of awareness. Even when the momentum has died down, you going back and making a post and tagging the actual Black Book Project. So those are some of the things.
Thank you, sis. Always in my corner. Thank you, sis. And so that's something that I know I've been kind of dragging my feet on that website, and I am going to get it up and going, but I have not now. And so another part of that is I want to make it all inclusive. So if we do decide to do Atlanta and also St. Louis, I want it all one, so you can literally go onto the website Black Book Project and click on different links to take you to different the different pages of the different cities that are doing the same work. And so just trying to think all those little fine details, just trying to make sure all that stuff is solidified before moving forward, but yes.
And then my second question was, what way did the community, and this is for you and Nadia, what way did the community surprise you all? You started this, Meredith, in the pandemic. Like, I saw the post. I remember it was on Facebook, and when I shared it with her, I remember several of the things. Even today, her aunt has surprised her and popped up here from Chattanooga. I hadn't even seen her in a few months. She'll make me all misty-eyed. But the transparency is that, Meredith, I know your journey, right? And so this hasn't been easy. You worked full time, and it's so great. I know you all are here to support, but to see your coworkers ravel around not just your work, but also the thing that you feel philanthropic about, that's really major. So what was maybe one thing, or I know there's several, but what ways did your community surprise you? And Nadia, the same question to you.
Oh my gosh. First of all, it was a huge surprise to me just off top. But again, I think I was most surprised about the responses that I got from all people. Like, it was amazing to see all of the representation of supporters. And I said it on the video, but it's funny now, but at the time, I don't know who he was. His name has slipped my mind, but he was no lie. He was about 70-something years old, an older white man, totally grayed out, glasses. But was the kindest, sweetest, and I know we as educators understand. We working with children understand. Like, we understand and see the significance and value of it. But when a 70-something-year-old man that I've never seen him before a day in my life said he saw the news story on News Channel 5 and he wants to know how he can help, like, that has really changed my whole perspective and outlook on our community as a whole. Like, I really feel like people really, regardless of your background, regardless of where you came from, people understand that this is something that's needed and it's important. And so I think that, to me, that was the most just remarkable experience, is just seeing how everyone, young, old, everybody, was just like, I'm totally bought in, how can I help? And I think for me, that's been the most rewarding and somewhat shocking experience, two ends of the spectrum. I had a 10-year-old at the time, or 11-year-old at the time, reach out, then a 70-year-old talking about how can I help. Like, that's just like, okay, I have total wraparound support. I love it. So that was the best part for me.
There were like a lot of things surprising about the project. Like, I was like, when I found out that we had got like 1,300 books, I was like, oh wow, okay, that's pretty cool. Like, and I was like, I didn't even know how many books I raised. My mom was like, all right, so we're gonna make sure that your name is on the packages, that way we know how many books you raised. I was like, and it's like, I was like, it kind of like zoned out of my ear, but like I was like, yeah, I'm totally listening.
So what community, like, what was a donation that just really surprised you?
I'm trying, I don't remember whose name it was, but I'm pretty sure you said, it was an aunt from, I don't know which aunt.
Tears.
But they had donated like 40-something books, I believe, and I was like, oh wow, 40 books, that is like.
And another thing that surprised me the most was the call that I got from the LeBron James Family Foundation. That was a complete that I was floored at the thought that they would want to partner and help support this project. And so for me, I mean, anything attached to LeBron James, I don't care what it is. Like, I'm here for all of it. And it's so funny. Let me tell you how I found out how it happened as time went on. The producers, Believe Entertainment, that shot for PBS, they have done work with LeBron James in the past and his foundation and his school, and so they've been all on board with, and they've done some of his the interviews and some of his he has a cartoon apparently I didn't know anything about, and so they've done a lot of work with him in the past. And the executive producer emailed me and said, hey, I have a contact at the LeBron James Foundation. Can we send them the episode and just have them kind of look at it? I was like, absolutely, yeah, that's fine. And I was telling my coworkers, I was in my car and I was on the way to Publix to pick up some watermelon in my car, and I got a call from Los Angeles, and I said, who is calling me from Los Angeles? Not even thinking. So anyway, I answered the phone. She says, hello, Meredith. My name is Stephanie Rosa, and I am LeBron James's publicist for the, what? And she was like, I could not. She said, I am his publicist for the LeBron James Family Foundation, and I deal with all donations and monetary requests. And I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for reaching out. She said, I saw the episode and I absolutely love it. How can the LeBron James Foundation support? How can we help you? How can we partner with you? What does this look like? I said, absolutely, let me. She says, how many books are you short? What do you need us to do? I mean, so just amazing to deal with. And I told her, I said, whatever you all can comfortably, this is my go-to when people ask how many, whatever you can comfortably give. We'll take whatever you can comfortably give. I didn't want to say 200, and she was thinking, oh, okay, I'll send you 5 or 7. So I said, okay, whatever you can give. So she responded back and said they were going to give us 500 books of LeBron James's books, and then continual partnerships. So for next year, for the next drive, she will donate another 500. That was a partnership that completely just shocked me, to answer that question more directly.
Yeah, my mom told me, hey, the LeBron James Foundation shouted you guys out. I was like LeBron James, like basketball player, LeBron James, basketball player.
Another humbling thing, one more thing. I was at work last week, and I was telling my coworkers, we really were working. This was on our break time. We really were working. And so I got a ding on my phone, and somebody had tagged me in a tweet, and I said, what is this? I don't even know who this person is that's tagging me in this tweet. And when I clicked on it, it was a picture of me and Cam on a billboard in Boston. And I was like, oh, it was this big mural billboard thing in Boston. And I said to myself, oh my gosh. I told my coworkers, I was like, y'all, I am in Boston. And they just cracked up. And they said, Meredith, how cool is that? That is so cool. So again, shocking moments just happened. So it took me a minute to think of them. Sorry, I'm not going through. But it took me a minute to think it through. But yes, those were some of the most shocking moments for me. And it's been an incredible journey. And I hope that you all continue to ride this journey with us. And Bookham has been an amazing part. Melissa and the Bookham team have just been, Kelly, you all have just been absolutely amazing. And I just thank you and look forward to the continual collaboration. Anybody else? Okay, it's time to go.
Well,
Sorry, Melissa.
almost. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So I can probably use my teacher voice. So, we just want to ask you to come alongside us and continue this great work. Bookham only works with Davidson County, Tennessee young people, all ages 0 to 18, and every day we see the need of kids who need books in their homes, books that they want to own, that they want to read, that they will read often, and develop stronger literacy skills. I mean, books do so many things for us as people. I mean, and we need every child to identify as a reader, and part of that is owning books. And unfortunately, we have thousands of kids in Davidson County who own very few, if any, books. When we ask them where they get their books from, school. That's great. We love our school system. We love our public library system. Love our school library system. They are amazing, amazing people. But there's a difference between borrowing books and owning books. And that's the piece we want to fill that gap for every single family in Davidson County that needs us to do that. No matter their background, their circumstances, whatever. And we cannot do that alone. It takes people like Meredith to say, yes, we're going to do this. We're going to make this happen. Like Nadia and her mother and Luther. And, I mean, it takes all of you to help say, it's really not acceptable that we have kids who don't have easy access to books to read anytime they want. That as a community, we're going to say, we can change this, because we can. I mean, we can get books into every family that needs them. Just takes a lot of effort, a lot of money, but commitment, because it is doable. And that's part of what is so inspirational about Meredith and American Anthems and the song that Cam and Dre wrote that, let's make tomorrow come today. I mean, we can do something about it. We serve, like Meredith said, we serve kids of all kinds. We serve black kids, we serve brown kids, white kids, Asian. I mean, we serve the spectrum. Different abilities, different circumstances, different backgrounds. All of them need to be able to relate to the books that they see and that they have and that they can read. So thank you all for all you do. I mean, obviously you care. I know a lot of it's because of Meredith, and that's fine with me. I will take it. And I'm thrilled that the Black Book Project is getting national exposure, because honestly, pretty much every major city in the United States needs an advocate like Meredith. And so we're fortunate that she's here. She's not moving, and that we can keep her, but that she can share that knowledge and experiences with other folks. Does anybody have any last thoughts about what can we do as an organization? We're small but mighty, and we don't have all the money in the world, but we have people who care. And are there things that we need to be doing as an organization to help rally the community, to get the word out there? Just curious as to any thoughts. Yes.
Well, getting it out on social media, because you have social media is like the thing nowadays.
Yes.
Like if you get it on social media and talk about like if you say the speech you just said on social media, then like I bet you like a bunch of people would be like, oh my god, this exists? Okay, how do I get this? Like how do I like donate books so that children can get more books and stuff like that? Because a lot of people find like literacy like really important, and like if you just get it to those people, then like you'll get like a bunch more of the things.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Anybody, you can always let us know later. I mean, well, not tonight necessarily, we're leaving, but we'll be around. So I have to put a plug in, because we have all these wonderful people here, for Reading is Fundamental. It is one of our programs where we put reading role models in elementary classrooms in Metro Nashville Public Schools. It's a commitment of 5 visits to the same classroom. So you spend about 30 minutes in the classroom. Highlight of your day, your week, your month, because these kids are amazing. You get to go to your elementary school, read aloud with the kids as a class, ask them questions about, what are y'all learning these days? What have you been talking about? What have you been reading? All that kind of stuff. And then you'll get all kinds of answers. Some are relevant, some are not. And then all of the kids get to pick out a brand new book to take home. And you as the volunteer get to go to our Reading is Fundamental book room and pick out books that you think those kids are going to love. And the teacher gets to keep the extra books. Bookham covers the cost. We have many foundations and companies locally that support this particular program. We are hoping to serve 300 elementary classrooms this school year. So that means we need almost 300 volunteers. And if you're interested, see Caroline, who started yesterday. And we will get you information on how to sign up. It's one of the best volunteer experiences that you can have. Yes, you have to be able to go visit your classroom during the school day. So you have to have a little flexibility with your schedule. But it's a phenomenal experience. We'd love to have you all. So Meredith, anything else?
Yes, one more thing. I just want to let everyone, I don't know if you all are fully aware, some of you might have heard if you follow the Black Book Project on social media, but the Black Book Project will be honored at the National Public Education Foundation luncheon in September 8th. If you all want to come, it's great, $200 a ticket. But the National Public Education Foundation, the Black Book Project, will be actually inducted into the National Public Schools Education Foundation Hall of Fame. And so I am super excited about it. And I just wanted to let you all know to please follow us. The award is $5,000. So we have a $5,000 grant donation that was awarded to the Black Book Project for additional community outreach and resources and books and whatever. So I'm super excited about that. Wanted to let you all know about that. Melissa and I were floored. Melissa, I asked her, I said, Melissa, did you know about this? Melissa said, Meredith, I didn't know. We got the email at the same time and we were like, what? So super excited about it. September 8th, Music City Center.